Ree here, and today is a Harry Potter themed video with my Harry Potter wand, Ginny's wand, my Ravenclaw hat, my Ravenclaw scarf, and my Little Mermaid cup. Great theming there. Okay, so today the video is going to be on the top 10 Potter females in my opinion. Now, these are completely not ranked in order of greatness or who I think is the best. It's just a list that I've compiled that I think are my personal favourites in no particular order. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Okay, so number 10 is Fleur Delacour. I think I said her name right. I mean, I'm not French, so please don't kill me if I get it wrong. Please don't Avada Kedavra me. But Fleur is one of those characters that you just kind of... maybe as a girl it's different for me. Personally, I didn't like Fleur very much when I first read about her. I found her to be a little bit standoffish and snobby, and I thought that she seemed a little bit like she thought she was above other people, superior. But I was very wrong, and I believe that we were meant to feel that way about her. I think that everything J.K. Rowling does is intentional, and I believe we were supposed to feel that way about her. Molly felt that way about her. Ginny felt that way about her. And maybe even to some extent Hermione, because, you know, Ron had a thing for her, and that probably annoyed Hermione. But the thing about Fleur that I really admire is that she may seem superficial. Definitely, she seems it. She comes across as superficial. But when it comes down to it, she was willing to stay with Bill to the very end, even when he could have become a werewolf with that bite, you know. Everything was different after that. He had a scar. Molly thought that she would leave him just because he didn't look the same. And she just turned around and said, I think I'm good looking enough for the both of us, thank you very much. And I think that shows great character. Number 9 is Tonks, and please don't hate me for putting her so low on the list. Like I said, it's not ranked. Tonks, Nymphadora Tonks, but don't call her that, is just wonderful. She's so vibrant and she's so bubbly, and she's wonderful. She's clumsy, she's feminine, she's quirky, she's a prankster, she doesn't take life too seriously. And the best thing I think about Tonks is not just how brave and awesome she is and the fact that she became an Auror so young, but it's the fact that she was willing to kind of risk her life to be with Lupin. He wanted nothing to do with it just because he didn't want to hurt her. But she chose to love him anyway and show him that he is not a monster. He's not a monster. And I feel like Tonks could understand him because in some ways she's also an outcast. For one thing, she's a metamorphomagus, that's rare anyway. 2, her family lineage, they'd hate her. Her mother was a blood traitor, and you know, her dad was a muggle. That is like the worst thing that you could be if you're part of the Black family. What? She married a muggle? So Tonks was already an outcast from the outset. And she understands in some ways how Lupin felt. And I think it's a very brave thing to do, to stand with someone when you know you're going to be ostracized. You could possibly die because it is dangerous to be with him. And you could be an outcast for the rest of your life, and I think that it's very brave of her to do that. So that is why Tonks is on this list. Number 8 is Professor McGonagall. Now, I think everybody loves this woman, and not just because of the fact that she's an awesome, amazing character, but also because Maggie Smith happens to play her in the films, and that really makes a difference. Like, perfect casting, am I right? McGonagall is so fiercely loyal to anyone that she deems worthy. You know, Dumbledore, she's Dumbledore's woman to the end. And beyond the end, he died, she was still looking after that school in his name. She would protect any of the students, especially the Gryffindors, but any student. She loves them all the same. She wants to protect them all. And, you know, She is so passionate about what she believes in. She is passionate about the students, she's passionate about Hogwarts, she's passionate about Dumbledore's cause, and she's really passionate about Quidditch. Do not mess with that woman in a Quidditch match. I swear, I think there will be blood. And if you've never read Pottermore's article that J.K. Rowling wrote as a little backstory on McGonagall's life, please do, because it had me in tears and it just made her even more inspiring. So go check that out if you can. The link will be below in the description if I can put it in there. It's amazing, and she's amazing, and McGonagall. Number 7 is Arabella Figg. I bet you weren't expecting her to be on this list. The crazy cat lady. Who knew that the crazy cat lady from the first book would ever even make another appearance? And she did. And not only did she make another appearance, she happened to be a squib that could have easily hated the magical world for ostracizing her, leaving her out. I mean, they're not kind to squibs. Squibs are almost as bad as being muggle-born. I mean, probably worse, because it's just such a shame in a wizarding family to have a squib child. She could have easily turned her back on them, been bitter, and lived her life contently within the muggle world, not caring one way about anyone magical. Yet she was Dumbledore's woman to the end. She protected Harry his whole life. She was watching over him, and she didn't have to. She owed this boy nothing at all. She probably, I don't know if she owed Dumbledore anything, but she didn't have to. She had every reason not to, and yet she was there. She was there in a Dementor attack, just like, Harry, get up, get this guy up, let's get going. You idiot, why did you do that? She was so brave to stand there in front of a Dementor and just deal with it. She is an amazing character in that way. To me, I think that Arabella Figg deserves the spot on my list. Number 6, Ginny. We can debate about whether it's book Ginny or movie Ginny. I mean, in the comments, tell me which one you prefer, but I'm going to say book Ginny. Okay, so Ginny is just such, I mean, she had a lot of character growth. She went from being so timid, so unsure of herself, so very damsel-ish, like, she had to be rescued, she didn't know who she was, she put all her self-worth on the fact that Harry might notice her, and I don't think that any girl or any person ever should put value that high on what other people think of them, because people's thoughts about you change all the time. Someone could like you one day and then decide they don't like you the next day, and if you put so much worth on that, you're going to be really unhappy. Being possessed by Voldemort, that changed her, and it let her see the dark side of life way more than I think most of us could ever comprehend. But instead of letting that destroy her, Ginny fought back. Ginny said, I'm not going to be all woe is me. I'm going to make something of my life. I'm going to join the Quidditch team. I'm going to just, if Harry likes me, so what? If he doesn't, I'm fine. I can get any guy I want. She is so great. I mean, the character development on her is amazing. She doesn't care. Like, she can sympathize with Harry, but if he's being a selfish person, which he can be, and he's like, it's all about me, she will tell him about himself. She will let him know that he can't be all about himself. There are other people in the world, and she was literally possessed by Voldemort. She knows some stuff about dark things. She's bold, she's fierce, and she's beautiful. Number 5 is good old Luna Lovegood. I adore Luna so much. Luna Lovegood is my spirit animal, guys. If I believed in spirit animals, she would be mine. She's wonderful. She's so herself, so free, so just, she's so blunt as well. She doesn't really care what people think of her at all. She's the total opposite of what Ginny used to be when she was a kid. She just is herself unapologetically and so quirky. I mean, no one does Luna like Luna, and the fact that she's okay with believing in things that people in general think are complete nonsense, and she believes them with so much conviction. Like, you can't tell her they're not there because in her head they're there, and that's it. And I love that about her. But I never understood why she didn't think she had any friends. She has like an entire fan base of friends. And I want to be your friend, Luna. I would be your friend. Number 4 is Lily Potter. Lily is kind of phenomenal. I mean, I can't talk about Lily without feeling amazed by this woman. I mean, she was so loving. She loved Snape through everything that he put her through. He was awful to her. He treated her terribly at some times. He called her a mudblood, and she still loved him. She still cared about him, but she would never let him get away with things. And I think that a lot of the time, people believe that people who think the best of people all the time, people tend to think that the people who believe that way or think that way are doormats and that they can be taken advantage of. Let me tell you now, you should never let anyone take advantage of the fact that you like to see the good in people. She never did. She told him how it was. She was never a damsel. If James did something and he was being an idiot, she'd tell him too. Because rightly so, he was bullying people. It was not right. And he was very entitled. And she wanted him to know that. But, at the end of the day, she gave the ultimate sacrifice for someone that she loved. She is so very loving. She is every mother, I assume. I believe that nearly every mother would do that. Same thing, sacrifice their life for their child. And a mother's love really is amazing. So that's why you're on my list, Lily. Number 3 is Molly Weasley. Side note, I realise this list is filled with redheads and it's awesome. What can I say about Molly? She's so amazing. As a woman, she just stuns me. Like, she lives way below her means with 7 kids and a husband. They work so hard. She's a house mum. She's a housewife. She wants to look after her family. She will protect them all to death. She will take anyone. She will take anyone into her home, into her heart, and makes them her family. She treated Harry like family. She treated Lee Jordan like family. He'd come around there, hang with Fred and George, and she'd be there like, oh, I'll be family to you too. Like, I'll mother you too. She will mother anyone. She will give the shirt off her back. She will literally knit a jumper for someone who's probably never had a good present in his life. And, she's so loving, so caring. So, she's just the proverbial woman. She will care for anyone. She will let them have clothes off her back. She will give them shelter, give them food, give them love, give them time, give them affection. Number 2 is Helga Hufflepuff. Yes, I have a founder on this list. And it's not even my house. I feel like at Hogwarts, there's a hierarchy of houses. And all the houses value one specific trait. For Slytherins, it's ambition. For Ravenclaws, it is knowledge. And for Gryffindors, it is courage and chivalry. Courage and chivalry, that's 2. But the thing about that is, anyone who does not feel like they possess those traits is immediately alienated. I mean, imagine how it felt to be sorted and to watch the sorting and be like, I don't fit into any of these, they don't like me, am I not smart enough, am I not ambitious enough, I'm not brave. Like, it must be so disheartening and probably destroying for a child of 11 years old to know that none of them thought they were good enough. Everyone is good enough, okay? And Helga Hufflepuff did not just take the leftovers. She did it because she knew that they needed love too. And if they were willing to work hard, they would be able to achieve all the things and probably more than the people who had all those other talents. Because talent doesn't really equal success in this world. Hard work, perseverance, those really do. I mean, you could have the most talented person in the world, but if they never put the work into doing something, then they will not, the person who's working hard will always surpass them. And I believe that Helga knew that. She also knew that they need love more than anything, to be shown love and not to feel like leftovers. Yes, she took the rest, but you Hufflepuff should be proud of the traits that you have. Hard work, loyalty, justness and fairness, they're all beautiful things to aspire to have as qualities. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And I'm rambling now about this one person. But I believe that Helga Hufflepuff was very smart and very loving in what she did in taking the rest on. And number one is our dearest Hermione Granger. I mean, what can I say about Hermione? She is like a role model to females around the world. Little girls look up to her. I looked up to her. When I first saw Hermione on the films, I was in love. She was so smart and so bold and didn't care whether she looked like a bookworm. She just wanted to learn, to grow. Yeah, she could be bossy and she was very overbearing and very legalistic. But she grew into such a wonderful, amazing character that I can't even explain why Hermione is on this list. But she is wonderful. She's beautiful. She was all for House Elf-Right. She was a humanitarian. She cared about things. Yes, she was book smart, but her heart was where it really was. She thought with her heart, not her head. But she realised that head knowledge is nothing if you don't have the heart behind it. And I believe that Hermione is a very good example to women and girls all over the world. And that is why she is my number one here. And of course, number one for very many people. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos. There will be more Harry Potter content. I promise you that much. Every week I post more videos, so feel free to check back. Share it if you really liked it, and comment down below what your favourite Harry Potter females are. I'd love to start a conversation going, So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!